Hi everyone, Jean-Pierre from teamtennis.fr French website and teamtennis.net English website, former tennis coach in France. In this video, I'm going to make a review of this racket. This is the Wilson Pro Staff X. Okay, let's go. This is a new addition for 2023 to the Wilson Pro Staff line. With this racket, Wilson adds a control-oriented frame with a 100 square inch head size, which is more forgiving than other models with a smaller head size. Personally, this racket was a great surprise. I was expecting a heavy and demanding racket, and in the end, I didn't feel the weight of the racket, and I had a great mix of power and control. I really loved it. Be careful though, this is a demanding racket and is best suited to players with a good technical level who can handle the weight of the racket over the course of a match. Okay, let's give a look at the technologies we can find on this racket. First, paradigm bending. It means that the stiffness is variable, the racket is more flexible in the throat for the feelings, the sensations. The racket is stiffer in the head for the stability, for the power. Technology 45, a technology we can find on other Wilson tennis rackets. Carbon fibers braided at 45 degrees to improve lateral flexibility, interesting for topspin game. And string mapping, the strings are tighter in the center of the string bed for control and wider on the sides for forgiveness and to not lose too much power if you off-center the ball, and it's interesting also for the comfort. Okay guys, before I continue for your tennis equipment, as usual, I advise you to go at Tennis Warehouse Europe or Tennis Warehouse USA. I have a partnership with these websites, and it's very nice from you if you use my affiliate link to buy there. Doing so, you will help me continue the videos I'm doing on YouTube. You can find my affiliate links in the description under the video. Thank you very much. We continue with my feelings on the court. I'm going to start with the power of this racket, and I show you on the screen a comparison in terms of power with some other rackets maybe you already know. So the Wilson Pro Staff X is a control-oriented racket with reduced power. It's important. The 100 square inch head size and the 16 by 19 string pattern help with power. But in my opinion, among rackets with this head size, this is one of the least powerful. The slightly tighter string pattern in the middle and the fairly thin profile reduce the power of the racket. Personally, I had the right level of power and control on my backhand, which is my best shot, with an excellent feeling on powerful shot. Really, I loved this racket on my one-handed backhand. I had a good level of power on my forehand, even if I tended to play a little short sometimes on this shot, which is less powerful than my backhand. On the serve, I thought I would have more difficulty. It was actually quite good, but a good technique is required to produce power easily. Sometimes I felt a slight inconsistency, alternating between excellent control and a little less control on some balls, which may be due to the 100 head size with variable string spacing. But overall, the control is very good, at the same time with a decent amount of power. It's not extremely difficult to play with this racket that remains a demanding tennis racket. Rather large and loose swings remains essential with this racket to facilitate power. In my opinion, this racket will be of interest to advanced level players who can use the weight of the racket without using too much their muscles to produce power. It's easier to play, clearly, than the Wilson Pro Staff 97. Control-oriented tennis racket, demanding racket, it's important, but at the same time, it's not extremely difficult to play with this racket. Now, concerning the access to spins, I really loved the racket on my slice backhand. Crazy feelings thanks to the control provided by the racket, which gave me a very clear feeling of confidence. Wonderful on my slice backhand. I was able to hit my slice backhand very aggressively, low and fast, with confidence. It was great. Concerning the access to topspin, I found it to be quite decent thanks to the 100 head size and to the 16 by 19 string pattern. The access to topspin is much easier than with the Pro Staff 97. with a medium or low tension, 23 kilograms or less, the access to topspin will be even easier. So very nice access to topspin with this racket. And for me, it is the Wilson Pro Staff that provides clearly the best access to topspin. Now, concerning the maneuverability of this racket, another area where I really loved the racket and where I was surprised because I didn't feel the weight of 315 grams unstrung. Balance located at 31 centimeters unstrung, swing weight 322. I found the Wilson Pro Staff X to have excellent maneuverability. I enjoyed the maneuverability of the racket in all areas of the game, especially on my one-handed backhand, where I have wonderful feelings. I really loved on my backhand. On my forehand also to speed up the racket head, or in situations where I had to shorten my swing, and also on the serve where it allowed me to have a correct amount of power. The racket felt solid, stable, yet still very maneuverable. The serve was the shot where I had the most difficulty because of the weight of the racket, its rather low power, and also my lack of amplitude during the racket drop phase. On a few serves it was okay, but over the course of a match I would be afraid to gradually lose power as my arm would get tired. Overall, excellent maneuverability, but a good technique is required to produce power and play easily with this racket. Now, concerning the comfort, I really liked the comfort provided by the Wilson Pro Staff X that gives a pleasant feel, very little vibration. I found the strokes very sharp and clean, very nice feelings and sensations with this racket. The 100 head size helps with forgiveness, but I still recommend being precise and having a good ball centering quality. The string tension will also play an important role in the feel. Personally, with the Luxillion element stretch at 23 kilograms, I really enjoyed playing with this racket. A little quick comparison with the Wilson Pro Staff 97. Compared to the Pro Staff 97, this Pro Staff X is for me more powerful, clearly. It gives a better access to topspin, it is more forgiving, maybe a little less stable, a little less precise, but overall it's clearly easier to play. Okay guys, I'm going to conclude for this Wilson Pro Staff X, which is a great surprise for me. It was wonderful to play with this racket, I really loved it. And I wasn't far from feeling like switching to this racket. Just a little bit too demanding for me, but it wasn't far from being perfect for me. I would recommend the Wilson Pro Staff X to players with an advanced level, clearly. Players with a good technique, relaxed swings, players who are looking for a racket with a good level of control, but at the same time not the most control-oriented tennis racket. Players who want a good access to topspin without being extreme, a better access to topspin than with the other Pro Staff with a 97 head size. Players who are looking for a relatively heavy racket, but at the same time with a good balance in the handle, which allows not to feel too much the weight of the racket and have a very good maneuverability. And players who like the Wilson Pro Staff but are looking for more forgiveness, access to topspin than those with a head size of less than 100 square inch, like the Pro Staff 97 for instance. Guys, I stop here for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope it will help you if you're looking for a new tennis racket. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comment. Have fun playing tennis and I see you very soon in another video. Take care. Bye bye.